welcome back, toy fans. Today we're taking a look at the Neca Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Rat King. This is recently acquired from Target, and it's part of the Mirage line. It's got some great old art here. This is some Kevin Eastman style art back from the old Mirage days. Very different telling. Rat King's been really different character in pretty much every iteration, you know, between the original Mirage stuff to, of course, the 87 cartoon, the Fred Wolf stuff, you know, and every other cartoon to follow, and of course up to my personal favorite iteration of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the IDW series, which, you know, is great, although my IDW Leo did take a tumble from the shelf and one of his katanas snapped, so we're gonna have to fix that, because no one has a use for that, right? But anyway, found Rat King. Also found Karai recently, so we'll be taking a look at her. I don't collect all of the NECA stuff. In fact, very little of it. I don't even collect the whole Mirage line of NECA stuff. Like, I skipped this guy. I'm probably going to skip the Gladiator, but I did get the regular Triceraton. I started with the original 4 turtles from the first appearance, and really loved those. Didn't buy any other versions of the turtles they've done since. But let's take a look at the Rat King. I'm gonna get him open here, and we'll take a quick look at this guy. All right, so we've got him open. He's fairly large size figure. Really great, just the paint work. I mean, it's not all just, they could have really cheated and just made it all one shade of green, but you can see, you know, the different shades here. Throw a little more light on him here to just kind of appreciate that he's got all these, like, very patchwork, you know. It really does give that great Mirage vibe of just the, you know, very, I mean, obviously it would have been black and white then, but on the covers you would have seen some real great color work, you know, all these different shades of green and the yellow, the way his hair is, the sculpting on NECA just always top notch too, of course. You know, and he's got several different things going for him as well here, where he's got kind of the, you know, like all the wrappings and stuff. They kind of, some are a little loose, you know, but you can kind of move them around. They're loose enough to, you know, kind of play with a bit there. Kind of custom, but his articulation's good. You know, NECA is usually a little stiff getting out. He's got these double hinged knees, and you know, your standard NECA articulation. He's got some good ankle rockers, you know. He's got all this. This is actually a separate piece up here. Good range of movement all across, you know. He's got the waist and the torso, you know, your standard, you know. This one right here is a little tight, which I don't want to mess with. You know, all of us action collectors know, action figure collectors know how you don't overstress a joint, right? Because that's when you tear it. So I might need to heat that up. I have some Fraggles from Boss Fight I still need to heat up as well. A little bit pliable on the covering here on his Dupayash, right? Just overall a really cool addition, you know. As far as I know, with releases coming out, there's not too many more of these. I'm really hoping or wanting to get myself. Leatherhead's coming. He's gonna be pretty massive. I've got Karai here. He does have a few more friends that might be interested coming up. There are a few new reveals, but they're also getting into the Archie Comics stuff, and of course keeping up with the Toon line. None of those I've really bothered with. You know, I've got enough Turtles coming in with Turtles of Grayskull, and then, you know, I was kind of more pleasantly surprised than I thought I'd be with the remastered guys. They're not quite to scale, I guess, right? And I've just been on a bit of a Turtles kick anyway. With issue 150 in the new series for the IDW Turtles, I went back. I stopped reading new issues as they were coming in from my favorite comic shop in the universe, Space Cadets Collections. Check them out. They're in the Sand Moon Shopping Center in the Woodlands area. But anyway, I've gone back and I've been rereading the entire run, so I've kind of caught up to the Armageddon War storyline, which is prompted by the Rat King in that version. Back to the figure itself, though, he does come with this stick, wooden stick. Pretty nice sculpting all around on it. Pretty good details, right? He's got he's got several hands. I haven't bothered to get these out yet because I don't really think, you know, I don't really sit through an entire review where someone's just trying on different hands. I'll get a couple shots of him, but he's got some fists with his thumb on the inside. Right? Look at that. Fist with a thumb on the inside. Not something you usually see from anyone. Inside fists, outside fists. He comes with two thumb outside, so that's kind of a strange one, right? Some gripping hands with a tight grip, and then a wider grip, of course, too. And then, of course, he's got these other, much more claw-like hands, kind of diseased hands, right? And I'm sure there's a reason for this, and I have the entire Mirage run sitting in boxes that we spent a lot of time tracking those down about 22 years ago, right after my little sis passed. But of course, he's got this extra portrait, which I will try that out too. I like this one as well. It's a little less menacing, right? This may be more of his kind of zen moments with Splinter. And then of course he's got some rats, all right? And they're adorable little ratty rats. You know, one to just kind of sit and chill. And then one, of course, scurrying by like that, right? There's a little scurrying rat. Great for displays and just anywhere, right? Anytime you know, put them in your New York City displays. Maybe not Sesame Street, right? And then of course this one is a great, you know, it could be just a dead rat, just to have a dead rat, right? If you need a dead rat. But really, I think the real intent is that he would hold this, probably more that Splinter would hold it. And if you don't know about that storyline, when Splinter was injured and he was stuck in a nuclear silo, Splinter had to make some hard choices. I don't want to ruin a very old comic from, like, you know, nearly 40 years ago. But there you go. Probably not nearly 40, but quite a while back. Great run, the Mirage run. And you gotta survive, right? So I'm gonna switch some things around, take some photos for you. But overall, you know, this guy's been showing up in Targets recently. He's another great addition to the Mirage line, which has quite a few really great pieces in it already anyway. So stay tuned for a few pics and then we're out. All right, well, this has been our look at the Rat King from Mirage Comics by Neca. Thanks for watching, and subscribe. Come back for more. Good journey.